Hi, everybody. It's Mr. Adam. I hope you are having a great day, and I want to thank you for joining me for small group. Today, we are going to be taking the items that we collected from our nature walk a couple of weeks ago, and we are going to make our own nature painting. Now, it could be something that you saw that day, or I invite you to look out the window and maybe you see a pretty flower or a tree, or maybe you see an animal and you want to paint that. If you'd rather paint yourself or something else, you're more than welcome to do that too. Now, with that, we are going to the areas of core that we are going to be exploring today. We're going to continue to observe and classify our nature items. And we're going to talk about the feel, the texture, and also we're going to examine which one of them seem to be better to paint with. Now, some might be easier, like the leaves or the flowers, for example, and some might be more difficult, like the rocks. And we can also take these different items and just make different marks and see, well, do any of them look different? And we can also make predictions and experiment with them. And that's another area of core that we're going to be doing some experimenting and predicting. So let's get started. I will start with my rocks. Now, you will also need some paint. So I would say at least four to five colors. You can always get more, get as many as you like, because we're going to make a colorful picture. So I'm going to start with my rock, and I wonder what it's going to be like to paint with my rock. So I am going to start by just making a couple of dots here. And I've noticed something interesting. So as I continue to paint, as you've noticed, when I started, they were bigger. What happened? They got smaller. I wonder how that happened. Now, if I were to take maybe the bigger rock, I wonder if it would make a bigger circle. So I'm going to dip this one in the green paint. And I'm going to try that as well. Ooh, and I see they're definitely bigger, so the bigger rock makes a bigger circle. And I'm now going to take some of my leaves here, and I'm going to see what this would be like painting with them. So I'm going to dip this in some of my red here. Ooh, it's making kind of a cool mark as I use it as a brush. And if you see here, as I'm going, you can see the different... Look at what had happened. Oh my goodness, it makes kind of a cool mark as you see, as you go along. Almost looks like like tread marks. So that's a pretty neat design, as you can see. So mom and dad, definitely I would talk with your children as you're going along using all your different objects in nature. Which one is easier to paint with? Which one is more difficult? Do you notice the difference in terms of what happens when you change your objects that you paint with? Do you see anything different? And then also you can experiment with mixing too. So you can take it, once you've gotten multiple colors on there, you can see about combining and what color you can create. As you can see, as I'm using another one, here, as you can see, again, the different kind of marks that it makes. And definitely talk about the marks that you see. And I'll grab the leaf here too. I found that the leaves seem to be the easier to paint with. The rocks were a little bit more difficult. And the leaf, or the bigger leaf, excuse me, was also a little bit difficult. This one kind of felt like a brush though too. So you can see the marks were a little bit different there. And now I'm going to get the flowers. The flowers are a little bit softer, so they may be more difficult to paint with. But I'm making dabs here, so I'm trying to make a little bit of flowers, marks of flowers on here. And I was able to make a few on top, as you can see, right up there on top. And there you go. So now you can see the difference in the marks. And again, talk about them with your child as you're going along. And experiment, predict, and see which one was easier to paint with and which ones are more difficult. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing our nature art today. Go ahead and have fun, predict, experiment, and take a bunch of pictures. Send them to your teachers. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.